The Divine Comedy begins with a catastrophe. The narrator finds himself in a dark wood, describing his arrival not as a brave journey, but as a shipwreck of the mind. His first reaction is to seek a direct, unmediated escape. He sees a delectable mountain bathed in light and attempts to climb toward it immediately. This direct ascent fails. He is physically blocked, pushed back down the slope, and forced into a state of total paralysis. Reducing this dark wood to a simple metaphor for personal sin ignores its formal function in the text. In this land of unlikeness, the connection between a sign and its meaning has disintegrated. The pilgrim sees the light, but he cannot find the physical path to reach it. His systems for reading the world have completely broken down. For Dante, this impasse was rooted in the trauma of 1302, his permanent exile from Florence, which severed him from his political identity and his place in the world. Canto I serves as a general rehearsal for a journey that must be aborted. It proves that in a fallen world, direct access to divine happiness is an impossibility. The pilgrim's vision remains intact. He can see the goal, but his physical progress is blocked by 3 beasts. These beasts represent forces he cannot overcome through his own effort, because he has lost the ability to navigate the signs of the world around him. The figure in this illuminated letter D is physically hemmed in by the border, gesturing toward his own mouth. It mirrors the literary world of Dante's previous work, the Vita Nuova, a series of solitary inward reflections. This methodology of private mythology cannot help him navigate the concrete, brutal realities of political exile and physical displacement. Survival requires a massive shift, from a solitary private diary to an outward-facing public encyclopedia. It must reconcile chaotic human politics with absolute mathematical cosmic justice. Dante is doomed unless he finds an external mediator, someone to translate his private pain into universal truth. To diagnose the pilgrim's paralysis, we must look through the lens of medieval scholasticism, specifically the framework formalized by St. Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas identifies a concept called synderesis, the innate knowledge of the ultimate good. Dante possesses this. He knows he wants to reach the mountain. He also possesses conscience, the purely cognitive ability to assess his specific situation and the danger of the beasts. The missing element is prudence, or practical wisdom. Prudence requires the perfected practical reason and the specific disposition to execute an ideal within concrete, fleeting circumstances. Possessing synderesis and conscience without prudence creates a distinct failure, an intellectual who knows exactly why he is doomed, but is unable to act. The intellect cannot think its way out of the dark wood alone. Moral knowledge requires the vehicle of guided, practical action. Virgil arrives at the precise moment Dante's solitary intellect fails him. Virgil brings the weight of historical continuity and rational mediation to a man who has lost both. His instruction is absolute. The direct path is a dead end. Dante must take another road. This marks the pilgrim's transition from isolation into a master-student hierarchy. He must submit to a guide to move forward. Virgil's presence pulls the narrative out of Dante's interiority and into a public space. By witnessing the passions of others through Virgil's eyes, Dante begins building a universal encyclopedia of human experience. True prudence is not generated in a vacuum. It requires the external, civilizing guidance of history and reason. This new road requires exactly 100 cantos to complete. The structure follows a theological premise from the Book of Wisdom, that the universe is created according to number, measure, and weight. The poem's structure forces chaos into mathematical symmetry, 3 sections of 33 cantos. The number 1 stands outside as a solitary prologue, the failure in Canto I. This is reinforced by terza rima, an interlocking rhyme scheme of 3s, binding it into an unbreakable chain. This persistent use of the number 3 is a structural reflection of the Holy Trinity. This geometry is a structural imperative. The poem is designed to mirror the harmonious architecture of the universe itself. Mathematical precision becomes the vehicle that realigns the exiled poet with the laws of divine cosmic justice. Virgil's path requires turning away from the delectable mountain. The route is a spiraling downward descent into the lowest depths of human bestiality. In this inverted cosmos, the perception of justice shifts based on the spectator's exact position. This perspectivism is how Dante maps the world. This descent rejects the illusion of a linear progression toward happiness. This structural trajectory is the actual comedy of the divine comedy. Redemptive harmony is achieved only by first confronting and surviving the absolute depths of human corruption. Canto I represents the necessary failure of the solitary human intellect. It is a metonymy, a fragment that seeks attachment to a larger whole. With Canto I's failure complete, the poet maps his individual perspective against the entire created universe. The true encyclopedic journey begins in Canto II. Out of the wreckage of the dark wood, a meticulously structured 99-canto universe